So I have a special Tissot PRX here for the fans of the UFO robot Grendizer from the manga series or anime series, whatever. If this is something that interests you, then yeah, it's showing up in all other hobbies as well. It's being crossover, definitely in this Tissot. It's on the dial. You can see it there. So that is it's embossed into the dial. So never really was my jam, although I did go back just to kind of research a little bit about it to see like what it was. And I found some really older versions of the series, and it kind of reminded me of Thundercats. I mean, I grew up in that era where like I would have watched that. So yeah, but that was in, these series were in Japan and Thundercats was USA. So yeah, pretty cool. So maybe it resonates with some of you guys, current enthusiast or past enthusiast, and you would be excited to potentially have that integrated into your timepiece. It's done subtly here. I don't think somebody that didn't know, which most are not going to, I would assume, what they're looking at. And then once they say, oh yeah, it's the UFO robot Grendizer, I think that's what it goes by, then you would be like, oh, okay, I get it. That's cool. That's awesome. I didn't know they had a watch for it. So there it is. So let's just get into the watch. Before I do, big thanks to Trifecta Watches in Lafayette, Indiana is where the brick and mortar is, but you can purchase online. I'll put all that information down below, as well as a discount code, direct contact information, so you can get a hold of Jake or anybody there. They're all more than qualified to assist you with your purchase. So the case on this, I measure at 39.8. So that's 40 mil. The lug to lug, that's a little tricky. So I went ahead on this time and measured from the first link that actually attaches, which does have quick release spring bars, by the way, and that kind of integrated bracelet. But I measured, because that's where it drops off, that's like 51.5 millimeter. But I'll show you that on my wrist. It still works fine. Don't be too intimidated by that. The thickness is 11.6 millimeter. You have a sapphire crystal up top. It is flat, but slightly proud of the polished bezel. And then the width here is 27 millimeter. Bracelet tapers down instantly down to 18, and you have a butterfly clasp. You also have a display case back showing off the Powermatic 80. There is a custom rotor on this, also tying in with the special edition that this is. So there's a look at that. And then you have a 4.9 millimeter push-pull crown that is signed with the Tissot T, keeping the 100 meter water resist. So this watch is more than capable of doing what you need it to do. Wash your hands, do the dishes, maybe take a dip in the pool. I personally wouldn't, but you sure could. The price point on this, here's the hang tag. Okay, so there's the big long part number. I'll just put a direct link down below, so you don't even have to look it up. You just click the link, takes you right to Trifecta, has the watch. I'm not sure how available these will remain. The retail price on this is $825. Again, don't let that freak you out. Use the information I give down below, and that'll be adjusted. It's not a big deal. Let's pop it on my 7¼ inch wrist, and then we'll close out with a Lume shot, of course. The full size, like this one, Tissot PRXs work very well on my wrist size. No problem there. So you can see that lug to lug span there works on my 7¼ and I'm fairly flat on the top of my wrist. So maybe that matters, maybe it doesn't matter. There are other sizes, not in this configuration with this embossed dial, but there are other size PRXs. So if you have a smaller wrist or you just prefer smaller watches, Tissot has you covered there as well. And I just did that carbon one too. That one's really cool. That one comes on a strap. So higher price point though. This one's more affordable. Did they lume up the dial, or is that just the way the UV light hits it? Let's check it out. Shall we? It is loomed. That's trippy. That's pretty cool. I was not expecting that. I did not preview that before making this video. So yeah, kind of shocked. That's sneaky, pretty cool. I don't think it'll last super long, but that's pretty cool they did that. So well done to Tissot on that one for sure. I hope to see more weird embossed dials. Maybe some other characters. Maybe there'll be something that interests, other people that would warrant doing it. This is the first time I've heard of this character. So, but if you are familiar with this character, there's video games. I was looking it up. There's like PlayStation video games, I think a Nintendo video game, and of course, ton of cartoons. It's not a world that I dabbled in. So, but many of you have. So if you have, chime in the comments. Let me know what your favorite about the series is. I'll see you guys on the next vid.